Welcome to a club for people who love good movies. Use the links in the description to navigate the list of films quickly. Guardians of the Galaxy. Fresh space adventurer Peter Quill finds himself the quarry of relentless bounty hunters after he steals an orb coveted by Ronan, a powerful villain. To evade Ronan, Quill is forced into an USE truce with four desperate misfits: gun-toting Rocket Raccoon, tree-like humanoid Groot, enigmatic Gamora, and vengeance-driven Drax the Destroyer. But when he discovers the orb's true power and the cosmic threat it poses, Quill must rely on his ragtag group to save the universe.
John Carter. When Civil War veteran John Carter mysteriously awakes on the surface of Mars, also called Barsoom, he little expects the adventure that awaits him. Carter reluctantly becomes embroiled in an epic conflict among the Red Planet's inhabitants, including Tars Tarkas and Princess Dejah Toris. As Barsoom is poisoned on the brink of collapse, war-weary Carter discovers his humanity when he realizes that everyone's fate is in his hands.
Lockout. Emily Warnock, the daughter of the American president, leads a humanitarian mission to MS-1, an outer space prison in which the 500 most dangerous criminals from Earth are kept in a state of artificial sleep. Just as Emily arrives, the now awakened prisoners stage a violent rebellion, and she and the MS-1 crew are taken hostage. Emily's only chance for salvation lies with Snow, a wrongly convinced agent who has been promised his freedom if he saves her.
Solon Kane. A man must renounce his newly taken vows of peace to rescue a young woman from an evil sorcerer. The Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison for the murders of his wife and her lover, and is sentenced to a tough prison. However, only Andy knows they didn't commit the crimes. While there, he forms a friendship with Red, experiences brutality of prison life, adapts, have the warden, all in 19 years.
Mad Max Fury Road. Years after the collapse of civilization, the tyrannical mortal Joe enslaves apocalypse survivors inside the desert fortress, the Citadel. When the warrior Imperator Furiosa leads the depot's 5 wives in a daring escape, she forgets an alliance with Mac Rocktensty, a longer former captive. Fortfilled on the massive armored truck, the War Rig, they try to outrun the restless warlord and his henchmen in a deadly high-speed chase through the wasteland.
Captain America: The First Avenger. It is 1941, and the world is in the throes of war. Steve Rogers wants to do his part and join America's armed forces, but the military rejects him because of his small stature. Finally, Steve gets his chance when he is accepted into an experimental program that turns him into a super soldier called Captain America. Joining forces with Bucky Barnes and Peggy Carter, Captain America leads the fight against the Nazi-backed Hydra organization. Surrogates. In the near future, people live their lives free of pain, danger, and complications through robotic representations of themselves, called surrogates. When the first mod in more than a decade rocks this near-perfect society, FBI agent Greer discovers a vast conspiracy and must abandon his own surrogate to solve the crime, risking his own life in the process.
Star Trek. Aboard the USS Enterprise, the most sophisticated starship ever built, a novice crew embarks on its maiden voyage. Their path takes them on a collision course with Nero, a Romulan commander with mission of vengeance threatens all mankind. If humanity would survive, a rebellious young officer named James T. Kirk and a clearly logical Vulcan named Spock must move beyond their rivalry and find a way to defeat Nero before it's too late.
Tell us in the comments.